Hey there, it's Lance with Love to Hate here at Gen Con 2021 Indianapolis, and I am joined with Danni from Pandasaurus Games, and she's going to show us a little bit of what they have to come here in the upcoming months. So Danni, what do you have for us?
So the first game I have is That Time You Killed Me. This is potentially a December release, maybe later depending on the shipping status, but this is a strictly two-player abstract strategy game.
2 players, abstract strategy, I like it. Okay, what's this about?
So the premise is one player is the person who invented the time machine. The other player is their arch nemesis who's trying to murder them and take credit for the invention.
Oh man, okay, I like this.
Pretty wild and wacky. Basically, we tried to add as much theme and flavor to an abstract game as possible.
Sure.
So this was inspired by 4D chess, where you're playing against along 3 boards at the same time. In this game, we're playing across the past, present, and future. All right, time travel, obviously.
Right.
What you're trying to do is eliminate your opponent from 2 of the boards, so past and present, whatever. However, I've been describing this as the butterfly effect, the board game, because what you do throughout the timeline will ripple through. So if I move in the past, my pawns in the present and future will also follow my movement.
Love it. Okay, so yeah, and I would assume if what you do in the present only affects the future?
Exactly, yep, and if you move in the future, you are moving solo. So, after you take your turn, which is moving, cloning, or pushing, you have to move your focus token to a different era. So you can't just act in the same era constantly. You have to commit to where you're going to take your next turn. So you give your opponent a little bit of info on what you want to do, but of course they're committed to wherever their focus token is. So they can't immediately mess with you, but they can take advantage of that ripple butterfly effect and potentially squish you.
Okay, so you get a little bit of a knowledge of what they might be doing or where they're going to act on the next turn, but they get that same advantage on your end too.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So this is pretty thinky. Chess is complicated by itself. Add time travel in there, and it's like, whew.
There's a lot to wrap your mind around with that. So, okay, and so your whole objective is just to murder the other player.
To murder.
Yeah. Okay, and then to be the person who, I invented the time machine, right?
It was me, and we'll never know who was the true inventor, right?
Love it. That's awesome. Okay, now I know there's not a whole lot you can tell about the rest of the game, but there is some stuff.
Some stuff. So what we've done, this is the base mechanics, the pawns, right? We also broke off different modules into these chapter boxes. Now, to open the chapter boxes, you do so when you're ready. So after you've become familiar with the pawn mechanics, you can open chapter 1 and see what it has in store. And after that, switch it out for chapter 2, and so on. Eventually creating this game where all of these mechanics will be combined into something even thinkier with more layers. It's more complicated. So lots to discover and enjoy.
And I can only imagine how that works with the time traveling element to that. There's so much that just kind of blows my mind when I'm thinking about this. So that's really, really cool. How long would you say a game takes?
Depending on which modules you have, how many components, 15 to 20 minutes to squash your opponent.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And so you said maybe December, we'll see. Kind of depends on how things are going in the world. Yeah. So very cool. That Time You Killed Me. I love the name on that too. That's just, how can you not pick that off the shelf when you see that? I mean, come on. That's really cool. What else do you have to show us?
So I have one more game. This is Trek 12. It is a roll and write game by Bruno Cathala. So 5 Tribes, King Domino, amazing, and Corentin Lebras. His name is a bit too French for people to recognize right now, but he's one of the co-designers of Draftosaurus, which is a fantastic game. This is a roll and write adventure. So what that means, we're going to be trekking up these mountains in the Himalayas and trying to reach the very top of the mountain and our scores. There are 3 ways to play: solo, one-shot, or campaign. Campaign being playing 3 mountains back to back to back.
Okay.
Now, the campaign experience takes under an hour because climbing one mountain takes about 15 minutes. They're not very long.
Okay. And so this is a rolling, right? So we've got some dice in here. Yeah, there they are. Okay. And you're rolling, and then what exactly are you writing here?
So you're going to be writing numbers in these circles on your mountain pads. The game will end when all of your circles, all 19 circles, are filled up. We're playing simultaneously though, so we can all play at the same time, similar to Tiny Towns Welcome to, those games that go up to infinity player count. After we roll the dice for the table, you're going to decide how to use them. And we've got this handy grid of actions available to you. You can take the higher die, the lower die, add, multiply, or subtract the two results. Each time you choose that, you have to cross off what you've done, and you can only do that 4 times in this grid. So after I've multiplied 4 times, I'm out of luck if I really need that 2 times 3 to get a 6, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the basic thing.
And these layouts where you can write your numbers, those are different on each mountain.
Right, so you might be able to see these darker circles. Those are difficult terrain, so you can't write it higher than 6 there, otherwise you get a penalty. You need an extra carabiner or whatever.
All right, there's some theme in this, I love it, okay.
What is more, we've got these secret envelopes that you can unlock by doing something specific in the game. That doesn't necessarily involve winning. Like this one, for example, have 5 of the same number in a grouping. All right, so there are optional ways you can adjust your strategy if you're really intrigued by what's inside.
And of course, why would you not pass that up to try to open the envelope? Yeah, okay.
The great thing is, because the game is so fast, if you got so close to unlocking it, but not quite, you can immediately try again.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. 15 minutes, yeah. That's very interesting. You said it plays to infinity. I see it on the box, ages 8 and up. So this could be a great family game, you would say?
Absolutely. It's $30, but there's 7 secret envelopes, 3 revealed maps, and then the 3 different play modes. So you can be enjoying this for a very long time.
Very cool, very cool. Now, that one, you said it comes out in December, maybe. What about this one?
This one, we're hoping for early November.
All right, there you go. Trek 12, That Time You Killed Me. The new games coming out from Pandasaurus Games. Definitely worth checking out. Thank you so much, Danny. I'm Lance. She's Danny. This is Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.